Good morning, my beautiful friends. Welcome to another currently dark morning. Hopefully the sun comes out eventually. Today, I don't really have much for actual plans. Today's kind of just an at-home homeschool errands, or not errands, but chores around the house kind of day. Currently, that's the plan. So I thought this would be a good time to kind of take you a little bit on our homeschool, show you a little bit about our homeschool, which just really means show you the books my kids are reading, because our homeschool is very, not surprisingly, literature based. So just a little bit of background if you don't know, I homeschool my older two kids, so my 15-year-old and my 12-year-old. Because my younger two are in the foster care system from Saskatchewan, they moved with us, they are not allowed to be homeschooled. I tried. I fought really hard this summer. I did not win. Thankfully, they have a good school. So currently the 5-year-old is home. She goes to kindergarten in the afternoons. I walked the 7-year-old to the bus this morning. So our homeschool is very much, I try to get it all done in the morning. And because of the ages of my kids, they're very much doing a lot of their work on their own. Like I said, it's mostly just reading books. So I'll be sharing those yet. Today is the first day of my 15-year-old's Victorian Gothic literature class. So that's like starting in 2 minutes here. I think, if memory serves me correctly, because she took a Lord of the Rings and Hobbit class in the fall. I think the first lesson or the first day is just going over the rules. So I don't think it'll be the full hour and a half that it's going to be every week. So she's doing that today. And it is, it's like 2 minutes to 9 o'clock. She usually starts her schoolwork by 7 or even before. So she's always done before lunch, sometimes significantly earlier depending when she starts. I have like about 4 hours worth of school for her. My 12-year-old, I wake up at 9 o'clock because he's the kind of kid that needs a lot of sleep. So he's just gonna get his day going here shortly. If you don't know my background, I was a teacher before having my oldest. Taught for part-time for about, first full-time for a few months. Then I had Reka. Then for about 5 years, I was teaching part-time, substitute teaching and stuff like that. And then I decided, why would I spend all my energy at school teaching other people's children when I could be at home teaching my children? So I've had a homeschool blog and YouTube channel for years. I'm not really using them right now. I've just, to go with my word, simplify for the year. I'm just trying to keep everything kind of in the same space. But if you want to see years worth of past homeschool stuff, it's all still there. So I'm gonna kind of take you along a little bit. Reading update. I did read a little bit of Breath of Bones last night. How far did I get? Or how much did I actually read? I was so very tired. And yesterday's 4 a.m. wake up, I feel like it's really hitting me today. I feel like I almost always feel like I'm working off of the sleep from 2 nights before. So today's gonna be a bit of a fuzzy day. I'm on page 94. So I think I read like 15-ish pages, which is decent considering how tired I was. And I instantly realized, like, this is the format for this book for me. I wasn't really liking the audio. Not that I had any specific complaints, but it's better to read physically. So I'm glad I've switched over. And then I've almost finished my first chapter of Dickens this morning. I kind of do that in between doing stuff with the kids as far as homeschool goes. So I will try to read my 3 chapters sporadically throughout the morning as I can. My 5-year-old is currently in a Art for Kids Hub drawing stage. So she's working on that. She's very crafty and artistic. She's always doing tons of that kind of stuff in the morning. So right now it's the drawing phase. And let's get the day started. I'll take you along and show you a bunch of books. Okay, highlight of my morning, I think, playing hide and seek with the 5-year-old because I hid with my Kobo and read more of Just the Nicest Person. I know that book doesn't technically give me any points for the month, but I really want to know how it ends. So I snuck in a little bit of reading there. I have Reika's stack of books here, all the books that, the books I think that she's currently reading for school. I might have missed some, but these are the ones that were on her pile. So what we're doing this year is a time-based approach. So for all the subjects that they have books for, I've given them an amount of time that they need to read from them each day, kind of thing. Not all of these books are on the list for every day. And then the idea is, you just finish up my oldest often finishes up like her chapter or something. My 12-year-old probably finishes, or not even sure if he finishes the sentence when the timer goes, he's done. But the idea behind it is that they don't kind of get burnt out on a book. You kind of do a little less time than you think they would want to be reading for. That way they come back to it curious to see what's going to happen. Not that means they love every book. So what do I have this one for? I'm assuming this is just church history, yeah. Rika's currently reading 70 Great Christians by Jeffrey Hanks. I found this at a thrift store, I think, one time. Maybe a little free library. She's not really enjoying it. She's finally getting to the good ones, the more recent ones with more information, but not sure I would really recommend this book, but she wants to just finish it. For history, the time period that we're doing right now is 1920 till just before the start of World War II. And so for world history right now, the book that she's on is The Quintland Sisters. This is about the quintuplets that were born in Quebec in 1934. Yeah, no, Northern Ontario, not Quebec. And so she's probably just gonna finish this tomorrow. It doesn't look like she has very many pages left. Before this, she read the Vienna Prelude. So there's that one. Then for logic, she's reading How to Read a Book. This was recommended on Ambleside's website. A couple of these books I've pulled from there. A lot of them I've just created my own books based on things I like. She's pretty much exactly halfway through this one, not enjoying it, but wants to push through. I give my kids the option to quit books or change out books if they can tell me why they're not liking them. And I've given her the option and she wants to keep going with this. I think this was written in 1940. I want to say 1940. I read the first 8 to 10 pages a few years ago and haven't picked it back up. It's very dense from what I remember. We'll just stick with logic for a minute. She's also going through Myrtle Volume 2. The more she does this, the more I hear about it, the less I would recommend Myrtle, especially for kids. There's just some content stuff in here that I wouldn't really recommend. Thankfully, she's pretty good with it, but I'd be hesitant to just recommend this to anyone. These are deductive reasoning puzzles though, and it's a continual story-ish thing. I really like the idea behind it. I like some of the humor. Some of it's a little inappropriate, I think, but enjoy some of it. So she's working her way through that. Then what is this? This is a Canadian. Oh yeah, I have this down as Canadian history. I just picked a Canadian classic and she's reading The Story Girl because obviously it's just my favorite. I think I don't have one up for her next. She's just about done it here. I think maybe I was just gonna get her to read another Lucy Maud Montgomery maybe. I feel like there's not a lot for Canadian history, Canadian classics that are actually good. So we might just stick with Lucy Maud Montgomery. Then we're doing Greek mythology this year, and she's never read Percy Jackson, so she's reading through this. We did read through a couple different books that had actual Greek mythology tales, and then, yeah, so she is doing that as well. Then for her classic, one of them is not here. So for her Victorian literature class, the first book they're going to be reading, or she has already started reading, is Frankenstein. And then because that doesn't take up all of her time that she has throughout the week to read classics. She also is reading Whose Body by Dorothy L. Sayers. I think she just started this one today, maybe, or maybe yesterday. Yeah, so just a classic there. Then for a Christian biography, she is very close to finishing Evidence Not Seen. This is a really good, not super well written, but a very interesting story. World War II missionary that was held in a Japanese prison camp. I think I read it in the summer. So there's that one. Another classic she's reading. Oh no, this is for nature lore / geography. I'm trying to find some books that either I've read or I've heard of that have a lot of like nature writing in them, which could also be Lucy Maud Montgomery. She could fall under multiple categories. But a book that I bought that I wanted to read and haven't yet is Freckles, and then also A Girl of the Limberlost. So she's reading Freckles right now. Quite not enjoying it, to be honest, which is too bad. Where does Freckles end? She must be just about done this. Okay, she has, like 15 pages left of Freckles. And then the rest of this is A Girl of the Limberlost, which I've heard better things about. So I think that's what she'll read after that. She did just finish her Shakespeare. Which one was she reading? Did I write it down here? The thing with her is she just like does so much of this on her own. I think I probably just wrote Shakespeare. She just finished Hamlet, I think. That's her second or third one for this school year already. And she wants me to order more from Book Outlet. She really likes the No Fear Shakespeare. So I'm going to place a homeschool Book Outlet order later today. I'm going to take you guys along to do some online shopping with me. Possibly forgot some stuff. She does have some things that aren't like reading books. Oh yeah, she's also reading a poetry book, like a poem a day type thing. And then she's got some other things that are not necessarily literature based, but that's the literature based stuff. For fun right now, she's rereading the Harry Potter series, and she's reading Christina Suzanne Nelson's book, The Way It Should Be. She's, I think, started down the Christina Suzanne Nelson rabbit hole. So that's a good thing. Excited about that. I'll go put these back, see if I can grab Ephraim's books. He's in the middle of doing his school, so I gotta make sure I'm not grabbing what he needs. And then I'll show you what he's all reading. Okay, on to the next stack, which is not all of the books, because I don't know if you've met like the average 12-year-old boy, a little bit more disorganized than say like a 15-year-old girl. So things are a little bit more scattered throughout. Here is what he's doing and reading. First of all, for his nature and geography, he's reading Peak by Roland Smith. I found this on a book list that it's by someone that I trust. So how far is he into it? It's about climbing Mount Everest or something. The main character's name is Peak. He was named that because his parents like climbing. So Ephraim's like 25% of the way through. And I think he's enjoying it. The one thing I've found for him is ebooks or audiobooks definitely work the best, but I also want him to be building his reading muscle. I like ebooks because he can't see how long a book is, so he doesn't get overwhelmed like he does if I put a thick book in front of him. Plus, he finds the dyslexic font, the dyslexia font, works really well for him. So I have that on for ebooks. So that's for nature and geography. For Canadian history, and some of his books I've helped him by writing down what the book is for. He's reading Trapped in Ice by Eric Walters. He has said from the beginning that it's very boring, but he's wanted to push through. He's almost done now. He said he just wants this in his room and he's going to try to finish it in the evening. So this is 1913 Canadian Arctic Expedition. So he's going to finish that. For world history, because he's doing the same time period, the 1920s, 20s, 30s right now. He's reading Esperanza Rising. I did just barely request the audiobook. It hasn't come in yet, but he'll switch to audio for this when it comes in. Instead of Myrtle, he's doing Cloodle. The Case of a Dumpling Diamond is book 1. This just has a bunch of different puzzles throughout. So like there's a maze and different sets of keys. You got to figure out which one's missing. Different footwear to go with the different tire, like the foot treads, I guess. There's a deductive reasoning puzzle. Oh, this one's got like tombstones. There's just all sorts of different things. Kind of like the brain teaser, brain puzzle book I got for Christmas. Then for his classic, he was reading The Lost Prince. And the very first day he read it, he pretty much told me exactly what's going to happen because he could see what was going to happen. And he did keep reading, but he is bored. Also, it's a thick book and it's daunting. So today he's switched over to The Wind in the Willows, which is a little too weird and out there for me, but he might like. He is doing this on audio. For fun, lately, he's just been like re-listening to The Lightning Thief and like the whole Percy Jackson series. I don't know how many times he's gone through that. He's definitely a rereader, re-listener kind of person. I feel like I'm missing something else that he's doing. That's all that's coming to me right now. The one thing I wanted to share, last week, we bought him a new Bible, and we bought him the ESV Dyslexia Bible. I'll take a little shot of it, which has the dyslexia font. His friend got one, and then as soon as he saw it, he was like, oh, that is way easier to read. So we got this for him, and he is doing the Bible recap. He's reading the same passages as like the regular Bible recap, and then he watches the Bible recap for kids on YouTube. So yeah, so far I would definitely recommend this Bible. They have a hardcover option as well, and I know CSB also has a dyslexia font Bible, but since our church uses ESV, I figured it would probably be easier for him to use one that is the same version that we are listening to all the time. So that's at least most of their reads right now. Definitely feel like I'm missing something big, but that's okay. Oh yeah, he is listening to a Christian biography. It is one of the YWAM Christian Heroes ones. I helped him pick. I think he's doing Ida Scudder. I think that's the one, because he wanted one that had to do with like doctors and nurses and leprosy, I think, and I know hers does. So now I just want to sit down and read this book and maybe finish it. I think I'm probably just gonna do that for a while. I should also probably do some work yet, but have a little bit of playtime first, I think. Just a little reading update. I finished the book, really enjoyed it. This is a series, and I'm assuming, based on how it kind of ends, that they're all set in Alaska. And yeah, it's a true crime junkies series. If you like mystery suspense with some faith elements, highly recommend. It actually reminded me quite a bit of Jessica R. Patch's series, FBI Strange Crimes, because this one definitely had like some religious elements to the crime. I don't know if they're kind of gonna all be like that. I'm assuming we're gonna dive into some of the backstories of some of the people in the upcoming books, and yeah, very curious. So definitely recommend it. I have no idea if the series is still being written or anything. Don't even know when this one came out, but yeah, I plan on continuing it. And this book at least is on Kindle Unlimited. Most of her books are. So if you are interested in like just trying them out, definitely try it out. I really enjoyed The Killer's Therapist by her as well. And now we're gonna head over to my computer and do some homeschool book shopping, which in my opinion does not break my book buying ban thing, because the books aren't for me, they're for our homeschool. Yeah, am I just trying to find a loophole? Maybe, but also my daughter asked me to order Shakespeare, so like, you gotta do that, right? So I'll just show you what I have in my shopping cart right now. I don't think I'm getting all of this, but I added things over the last couple of weeks. So The Tempest, this No Fear Shakespeare, definitely gonna be ordering that. It's on sale, plus I got a 15% off coupon in my email today, so I'm gonna order or use that as well. This Fallout book, I thought this might be a good one for upcoming time periods in our homeschool, and so I think I'm gonna order that one. My library doesn't have the ebook, otherwise I would maybe just do that. I was thinking of this book, Olivetti, but it's from the viewpoint of a typewriter. I think the typewriter is the main character, and I just don't know if I can get behind that. It's such a beautiful cover. It has great reviews. I think I'll just get it from the library because honestly, this would probably just be a purchase for me, and that's not what we're doing here. So I'm gonna remove that one. Then there's this 24-hour history, the complete graphic novel collection. I don't remember what was all included in this. Maybe let's figure this out. I added this a while ago. 5 Crucial Days, the attack on Pearl Harbor, D-Day invasion, Apollo 11. Yeah, that just kind of looks cool, and my 12-year-old really likes graphic novels. I was also thinking of The Librarian of Auschwitz as well. And then, okay, I got some Emma Carroll books in here. I have read Letters to the Lighthouse or something like that by her. Really good. They're really cheap, so I was like, well, should I just order them? A lot of history. I just don't know. Maybe we could just get them from the library. I'm kind of like conflicted. This is like $2.50. And then there's this World War II Max in the House of Spies. I think the Night War I'm just gonna get from the library because that one's decently expensive. And then I got The Merchant of Venice, gonna be ordering that. I think that's the next one Reika wants to read. And then I got these Rainy Day Drawing and Doodles. They're also really cheap, and I thought they would be really good for my 5-year-old during church. She loves to draw and stuff, so I think that would be good. I think they give you ideas on what to draw on each page. So the real question is these books here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's $9 American, which is like $15 Canadian. I'm just gonna remove them. I think I can get them from the library. So some drawing books, some Shakespeare, and a couple history/war books are gonna be what I purchase for our homeschool. Okay, I ran into a problem. It turns out that with my coupon code, then I am under the free shipping. I'd have to pay $7 for shipping. So I may as well add a book in. This one is $2.49. I can't remember how much more I needed for shipping. I'm $3.35 away, of course. So we could do The Girl Who Walked on Air. What was this one about? This one is Egypt. I don't know if anyone in my family is very interested in Egypt. So if we do this one, this is England 1875, and we've got a circus. That sounds interesting. Now we can order this. I just went to see if there was more in the True Crime Junkies series. She's got 11 books published in the series, which is okay, fine. But the first one was published in 2023. You see that? She's published 11 books in this series in 2.5 years. She's one of those like crazy writer people that writes a ton. Not complaining, not complaining. Just kind of blown away here. Supper is currently in the oven, so my plan is to sit down and read some of this while it does its thing. I'm gonna end the video here. I will see you guys again tomorrow for another daily reading vlog.